Good evening and welcome to Cavalier Field for tonight's game between the Colorado Rough Riders and your Dodge City A's.
Let's go A's!
Tonight, we would like to recognize our Dodge City A's Youth Baseball Association. The Dodge City A's Youth Baseball Association was founded in 2019 to provide the youth of Dodge City with the opportunity to learn and play baseball while receiving quality instruction and building lifelong friendships. Since its inception, the organization has grown into the largest in southwest Kansas. The A's have gone from 5 teams to more than 10, with over 150 players representing Dodge City and southwest Kansas. We're going to have all their teams come out on the field right now, starting with the 7 and under team, coached by Clayton Kurz. Gotta herd some cats, get them going. Gotta get a team picture. Next up, we have the 8 and under team, coached by Tanner Turley. We have 2 9 and under teams. The first one, coached by Kendall Pinnick. The second 9 and under team, coached by Brady Huck. Next up is the 10 and under team, coached by Colby Pinnick. Now we have the 11 and under team, coached by Daniel Oath. Up next, the 12 and under team. We have 2 of these. The 12 and under team coached by Clayton Kurz. The second 12 and under team coached by Richard Torres. The 13 and under team coached by Ben Roberts. The 14U team coached by Tyler Akers. And finally, the 16 and under team coached by David Gonzalez, but they are currently playing in Omaha, Nebraska. Everyone, please give them a big hand right now. That's the future of baseball in the Dodge City area.
Good afternoon and welcome in to Cavalier Field as it was Youth A's night. We recognize the Youth A's program, an important piece of baseball here in Dodge City. And those teams coming to Cavalier tonight, it's always a special occasion when you get to see the younger players interacting with the college players as well. It's always great to see that happen, and always a special occasion here at Cavalier Field. Taking pictures on the field now. The players will be interacting with the collegiate A's all night long and there will be some other activities throughout the evening as well. So that is Youth A's night here at Cavalier Field. Not a game night sponsor, but one of the promotions that we do to continue to support baseball in Dodge City. We'll take a look at our starting lineups after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Good evening and welcome in to Cavalier Field. It is game 2 of the big homestand for your Dodge City A's and the first game of the series between the A's and the Rough Riders. The A's come into tonight at 3-5 overall on the season. They are 1-2 in Rocky Mountain League play. Looking to even the record at 2 apiece tonight with a win against these here Rough Riders. The A's fell to the Rough Riders in the series last year. They would drop all 3 at home against these Rough Riders. So the A's looking for some revenge here as we are set to go. It is Jace Gifford getting the start on the mound tonight for the Dodge City A's, and throws in first pitch right at 7 p.m. It's in for strike number 1 to Cannon Frost. Frost fouls that one off, and he's down in the count 0-2. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Frost. The A's getting going here. Another evening at the ballpark. And a 2-2 count. 2-2 delivery from Gifford. He's getting his second start on the season. Delivers that one in, and Frost battles all the way back, and it's a full count. We'll see the payoff pitch from Gifford is fired in and sent right back up the middle. A leadoff hit for the Rough Riders. So that'll bring in Brett Atkinson. Atkinson takes the first pitch. It's in for strike number 1. So I said Gifford getting his second start on the season. A 3-1 count to Brett Atkinson, and that is called strike 2. Another payoff pitch coming. Gifford delivers, runner goes. It's through the right side this time. Frost rounding second, and he'll go to third, and that will put runners on the corners with nobody out. So that brings in Dylan Hearn. That pitch is delivered high over the head of Hearn. And the wild pitch will move Atkinson over to second. Not quite the start the A's were looking for. We'll see what Gifford can do and get things under control. The pitch is down low. 2 balls and no strikes, a count to Hearn. And after the starter, Ruiz, went 7 innings last night, a different contrast here tonight. The pitch is fouled off up the third base line, and that makes the ball or count 2 balls and 1 strike. Gifford delivers. It's a chopper back up the middle. It'll be fielded by Gregory Jr. The throw to first is in time. Trading out for a run, and the Colorado Rough Riders score first. So a runner at third. Mason Pettingill up for the Rough Riders. One away, grounded to Gregory again. The throw to first in time. And that is out number 2. Back-to-back RBI groundouts, and the Rough Riders lead this ball game 2-0.
Batting right fielder number 23, Hunter Stevens.
So that brings in Hunter Stevens. Down on the count 0-1. Nobody on, 2 away now, but 2 runs have come in. And they say that hit him, and that'll put a runner on. Matt Gahan, the catcher for the Rough Riders, coming up to the plate now.
Next, the catcher, our beer batter, number 25.
So that 2 out and 1 on. Gahan will send that one to the third baseman, Kang. The throw to first, dug out, but not holding on to it. And that'll put runners on the corners. That'll be an error on the first baseman.
Next up for the Rough Riders, first baseman, number 9, Max Slavin.
So that brings in Max Slavin. Slavin takes a swing at the first pitch he sees. Down in the count, 0-1. The Rough Riders have sent 7 to the plate so far in the inning. They got back-to-back hits to get runners on, and then RBI groundouts would score the 2 runs. And now a hit by pitch and an error. So the A's have done almost everything defensively in the inning to get runners on. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Slavin. So that pitch is fouled off, and the count will remain 1-2. The A's looking for their second win in Rocky Mountain League play, looking for their 4th win overall on the season. The pitch grounded to the shortstop Gregory. They'll flip to second for the fielder's choice. That'll end the inning, and we are headed to the bottom of the first. The A's coming to bat. We'll be back. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Edward Gregory Jr. leading off tonight for the Dodge City A's, just as he did last night as well. Takes the first pitch he sees from Sam Fisher, getting the start on the mound for the Colorado Rough Riders. Gregory takes that one. It's a pitch left high. Evens a count at 1 apiece. So the A's have 4 games that will be played here over the next 4 nights. Tonight, Friday night, Saturday night, and then Sunday. And an important programming note, though, was Sunday. That game, a 6 p.m. start for the A's and Rough Riders. The pitch behind the back of Gregory, and that is a hit by pitch. So the A's have their leadoff aboard. That'll bring in Edwin Silverio.
Next for the A's, second baseman number 1, Edwin Silverio.
Silverio steps in to get his first at bat of the ball game. And there goes Gregory. The first pitch is thrown out at second. So the A's get a runner aboard and is promptly thrown out trying to steal. So, erase the leadoff runner and one away for Silverio, a 1-0 count. The pitch called strike, evens a count at 1 apiece. The A's looking to get some things going here tonight. They actually took a 4-1 lead last night over the Hayes Larks. The Larks would come storming back late in the game and would win it 5-4 in 10 innings. The A's giving up 4 unanswered runs late to drop that league contest. That dropped them to 1-2 in the Rocky Mountain League. The pitch misses outside. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fisher working. And a fly ball. It's headed out to left, but Kidd there to haul that one down and quickly 2 away.
Now batting for the A's, left fielder number 9, Zach Hoskins.
So that'll bring in Zach Hoskins. Hoskins didn't play in last night's game. That pitch misses. The A's still working to figure a few things out, and Hoskins will take a swing and come up empty. Evens a count at 1 apiece. Pitch. It's high and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. The Rough Riders are with their black tops. They have green and white stripes, both on the sleeves and lower in the midsection. They say Rough Riders on the front. Actually, it's just Riders. And then their numbers on the back in green, outlined in white. Pitch is called strike, and the count runs full. Payoff pitch coming from Fisher, working on the first base side of the rubber. Fisher has what he wants, comes set, delivers, it's high, and that will put the runner aboard. Brings up Ryan Buckley. Buckley hit in the DH capacity last night as well for the Dodge City A's.
Now to play for the A's, DH number 10, Ryan Buckley.
Buckley, the cleanup hitter tonight. 1 on and 2 away. The pitch misses outside. It was attempted to be framed by the catcher, Gahan. Is 1 ball and no strikes. Bright sunshine out at Cavalier this evening. Just a few thin clouds overhead. That pitch misses outside as well, and it's 2-0. Pitch down low, and it gets through the legs of the catcher, Gahan. That's ball 3, and Hoskins moves over to second on the wild pitch. Gahan's going to go out and have a quick conversation with his pitcher, Fisher. Let's take a look at the defensive alignment for the Colorado Rough Riders. From left to right in the outfield, Aaron Kidd, Cannon Frost, and Hunter Stevens. Third to first across the infield, Mason Pettengill, Brett Atkinson, Andrew LaPerle, and Max Slevin. Matt Gahan behind the plate. Sam Fisher on the mound completes the battery for the Rough Riders. The pitch, it is a 4-pitch walk, and that puts runners on first and second. Brings up Cade Colbreth.
Next for the A's, right fielder number 22, Cade Colbreth.
Colbreth due to get a hold of something here. Is been up and down at the plate throughout the season. Pitch, the first one, called strike. It's actually on the swing. They say he went around. Down in the count, 0-1 is Colbreth. Hoskins at second, Buckley at first. A's trailing at 2-0. Long look back at second by Fisher. The pitch low and inside, evens a count at 1 apiece. For those of you that tuned in early, we had Youth A's Night at the ballpark. Welcomed in the youth programs that are so important in getting athletes started and building the game of baseball in Dodge City. Colbreth down in the count, 1-2. Swung on and missed inside, and that will end the inning. The A's leave 2 aboard, and we are headed to the top of the second. A's down 2-0. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Jace Gifford back out for his second inning of work. He threw 26 pitches so far. Sam Fisher countering with 22 of his own.
Leading off the second.
We will go to work. Aaron Kidd is the 8th batter in the lineup for the Rough Riders. Gifford fires in, and it is ball number 1. That pitch is sent back out into the middle, and just like last inning, the leadoff runner aboard a hit, and the Rough Riders are in business.
50-50 raffle tonight. Please give us one of the A's players to get entered into the drawing.
One on, nobody out, brings in Andrew LaPerle. LaPerle, a returner to the Rough Riders, played in last year's squad. 2 runs on 3 hits already in the ball game for the Rough Riders. A pitch misses high, and it's ball 1. Perley makes contact. It's a high fly ball headed out into right field, and it is pulled down by Cade Colbreth for out number 1, and not tagging up is the runner. So Kidd stays at first, and we turn the lineup over back at the top of the order with Cannon Frost. He's 1 for 1, singled the first time he was up. He'll take the pitch from Gifford for ball 1. Jace Gifford working on the first base side of the rubber. Throws in, grounds to Kang. The throw to second for 1. The throw to first is bobbled, and that will put Frost over on second. So the A's get it out, but the error advances the runner over to second. Brett Atkinson at the plate. Singled his last time up, runner on second. Back-to-back misses, and it's a 2-0 count. The A's would sure like to get out of this inning with no damage done. Try to get their bats to work. Atkinson takes the called strike. It is 2 balls and 1 strike. 3-1 the count. That one grounded right back at Coleman. He'll go to first for the out, and that will end the inning as we are headed to the bottom of the second. The A's hang a 0. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field as we are headed into the bottom of the second. Roberts, Coleman, and King set to swing it here in the second inning. It is Fisher back on the mound. Dom Roberts takes the first pitch. He sees it's strike number one. Dom caught in the game the other night against the Kansas Cannons. And then Kevin Hammond would come in late in that game to finish it out. A high fly ball headed into right, but there to pull it down is Hunter Stevens for out number one. One away for the A's, and that will bring in Blake Coleman.
Up next for the A's, the first baseman, number 24, Blake Coleman.
Coleman takes the first pitch. It's out, or rather in and a little bit low. Ball number one. The 1-0 delivered high and inside. Makes it 2 balls and no strikes. (2-0) pitch from Fisher. It fires in, and a swing and a miss. Makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. Coleman played at the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, finished his sophomore season there. Comes from Austin, Texas. Counts 3-1. Pitch is fouled off towards the A's dugout. Count runs full. A payoff pitch from Fisher. He has what he wants and comes set. It's fired in, and it'll be a line drive out into left field. Taking it on the hop is Kidd, and the A's have a leadoff, or have a runner aboard. So that'll bring up Ethan Kang.
Next up for the A's, third baseman, number 8, Ethan
Kang played his junior season this year for Colorado Christian University. Comes from Huntington Beach, California. First pitch he will see from Fisher. Delivered on the inner part of the plate for strike number one. Pitch from Fisher. It's high and inside. Evens the count at 1 apiece, 1 away for the A's here in the bottom of the first. The A's trail in this game 2-0. The pitch from Fisher is popped up off the end of the bat, and it will go foul and out of play. Down on the count 1-2 is Kang. Fisher misses with that one. It'll even the count at 2 apiece. Winds blowing out of the south again, much like they were last night. The 2-2 delivery is popped up. It's up the elevator chute. It's on the infield, and it will be pulled down by the first baseman Slavin for out number 2. So that'll bring in Paxton Huff as the A's are about to complete their first trip through the batting order. Huff lays down the bunt. The throw to first is wild, and it will be a throwing error, and that could very well score a run. The run's coming home and not able to make the tag. The A's get a run on the throwing error, and that will move Huff over to third.
Up next, number 6, Edward Gregory Jr.
Next, come join the party, dude. Oh, there's $1.
So that turns the lineup over to Edward Gregory, who is down in the count 0-1. Gregory Jr. was hit by pitch his first time up. Pitch is taken for strike 2. The A's trail this one 2-1. 0-2 delivery from Fisher. It's fired in, and it's chopped foul up the third base side, and count remains 0-2. Currently 82 in Dodge City, feels like 85 as that pitch is fouled off. It'll go over the press box behind us. Winds out of the southeast. At about 15 to 20 mile an hour. Pitch is fouled back into the net. Count remains 0-2. The 6th pitch of the at-bat coming after 3 straight fouls off by Gregory Jr. Tying run 90 feet away at second in Paxton Huff, who ended after the throwing error. The pitch misses low. Is ball 1. Line drive right back at the third baseman. Pettengill will haul it in, and that is out number 3. The A's get a run. They strand one, and we are headed to the top of the third. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field. As we said earlier, Jace Gifford on the mound for the Dodge City A's. Gifford last pitched against the Hayes Larks back on June the 4th. Pitch is fair up the third base line. The throw to first in time. And one pitch, one out for the Rough Riders. That was Dylan Hearn grounding out to the third baseman, Kang.
Yeah, I said the same thing to all these boys.
They aren't watching. They're talking about
Number 6, Mason.
So that brings in Mason Pettengill. Pettengill 0 for 1, grounded out his last time up. The pitch called strike on the outer half. So Gifford last pitched against the Larks back on June the 4th. He went 4 1/3 innings in that contest. It was a non-league contest. That pitch is fouled off down the right field line. Gifford in that one in 4 1/3 innings, allowing 6 hits on 7 runs. All of them earned. He walked 5. That was the last time Jace was on the mound for the Dodge City A's. Pitch misses outside, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch misses down low, evens a count at 2 apiece. If you haven't followed along, make sure to look at our social media as well. We're on Facebook, X, and Instagram. Posted a post today about 4 different players that have made it into the big leagues in Major League Baseball. All of them had played for the Dodge City A's, most recently in Tim Anderson. I believe there's a host of other players as well. Tim Anderson, one of the names that comes to mind pretty quickly. I think Mikey Kane also making it into the big leagues. The pitch is fouled off. Count remains 2-2. That one fouled up the third baseline again. Pettengill getting his money was worth out of the at-bat. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming in a 2-2 count. Gifford delivers, and that one's fouled off up the first baseline this time. 3 straight foul balls after drawing the count even at 2 apiece. Pitch fouled to the third base side again. Ninth pitch of the at-bat. You talk about long at-bats to wear out pitchers. That pitch driven out into left field. It's a fair ball rolling down into the corner, and it will be a stand-up double. That'll bring in Hunter Stevens with 1 out and 1 on. Stevens was hit by pitch his last time up. Gifford takes a look back at second. Pettengill with a lead off of second. The high fly ball headed out into right field, and it will be pulled down by Colbreth. The throw to third is not in time as Pettengill tagged up a sacrifice fly to move the runner over. Brings in the catcher, Matt Gahan. Gahan got on an error his last time up. So pitch misses inside for ball 1. (2-0) the count to Gahan. Pitch from Gifford was delivered low. 3 balls and no strikes. Delivers that one right down the heart of the plate. Makes it 3-1. Swung on and missed is Gahan. It will run the count full, and we'll see the payoff pitch. Ford gets that one to foul off, and the count remains full. We'll see a payoff again. In case you didn't know, Jace Gifford just completed his junior season at Dodge City High School. The pitch, a high fly ball headed out into left center. It's pulled down by Paxton Huff, and the Rough Riders will strand another. We're headed to the bottom of the third. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field, and we are headed into the top of the third, or bottom of the third, rather. Edwin Silverio set to lead off. Silverio 0 for 1, flew out his last time up. So he'll take a swing and a back in at Cavalier Field. That one was my fault. A 1-1 count to Silverio after he swung and missed on the first one, and pitch was delivered low from Fisher. Back out for his third inning of work. Pitch is delivered high. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Gregory at the top of the order. He's batting .273 on the season. Silverio, 200. Three balls and 2 strikes to count. The payoff pitch. Misses to the inside, and Fisher sure thought that it was strike 3. So the A's have their leadoff aboard, and that will bring in Zach Hoskins. Hoskins walked on his last time up. Hoskins batting a team-leading .500 on the season. First pitch he sees is fouled off. Down in the count, 0-1. The A's last night, after leading 4-1, would give up 4 unanswered runs in a 10-inning ball game to fall to the Hayes Larks and fall to 1-2 in Rocky Mountain League play. The throw over to first was not in time. Throw over to first again as Fisher seems to be very well aware that the A's like to run, and they will run early and run often. Pitch called strike. Hoskins down in the count, 0-2. We say the A's will run early and run often. They have .30 stolen bases on the season. Hoskins taps it, fielded by the pitcher Fisher. No play available, and Hoskins beats out the infield single. So runners on first and second, and that brings in Ryan Buckley. Buckley also walked on his last time up. Buckley, one of the returners to the Dodge City A's after playing last season, trying to come back from an injury. Didn't get many at-bats with the Lake Erie College Storm this season. Still working to build some things up. The pitch inside for ball number 1 to Buckley. Buckley batting .333 on the season. Fisher takes a look back at second. The Silverio at second. Hoskins at first, and the pitch misses for ball 2. The A's are trying to build on something here. 2 on with nobody out, and we've worked our way into the bottom of the third. It is the middle part of the order that is coming up now. Cade Colbreth stands in the on-deck circle as Buckley takes a swing and a miss, makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Two on pitch. Delivered high and outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Fisher now at 58 pitches. 31 have been in 4 strikes. The 3-1 delivery is, she'll take a look back at second, a long look back at Silverio. The pitch inside, and that will load the bases. That'll bring in Cade Colbreth. Colbreth struck out swinging his last time up. Bases loaded with nobody out. Colbreth batting .103 on the season. Quick mound visit between Gahan and the pitcher Fisher, and that one's broken up and will go back to work. Silverio at third, Hoskins at second, Buckley at first. First pitch misses outside from Fisher. to Colbreth.
What's up, Mikey? Hey, how was baseball?
Dom Roberts in the on-deck circle for the Dodge City A's. Colbreth comes up empty on a swing there. Evens a count at 1 apiece.
How's that sucker, dude? Good.
4:04 to dead red center here at Cavalier Field, and it's 3:30 down both the right and left field lines. The pitch fouled off. Down in the count, 1-2 now is Colbreth. One-two pitch as Colbreth will come up empty on the swing, and back-to-back strikeouts for him. That brings in the catcher, Dominic Roberts. Roberts 0 for 1. He flew out his last time up. Roberts, another member of the Dodge City A's to return, also played for the Lake Erie Storm this season. Roberts steps in. With no batting average on the season yet. So first pitch is fouled off. Down in the count, 0-1. The A's can ill afford to load the bases up. They did it last night. Come up empty on a bases loaded situation, and it seems to be a repeating trend at times for the Dodge City A's as Roberts is down in the count, 0-2. Foul that one off. The count remains 0-2. Roberts steps out of the batter's box, pounded on his chest, said, "Yep, I messed that one up. I know that." So we'll go back to work. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Dom Roberts. Roberts, the 6-hole hitter tonight for the Dodge City A's. As Blake Coleman stands in the on-deck circle. Fisher comes set. He'll deliver a high one. It's foul tipped, and Roberts will go down swinging. Brings up Blake Coleman. He's 1 for 1, singled out into left field his last time up. So the A's have loaded the bases and have since gotten 2 outs. So the A's trying to get something out of this bases loaded situation. First pitch to Coleman inside. It's a front door bender for strike number 1. Coleman batting 143 on the season. Second pitch, it's fielded by the shortstop, and the throw to first, not in time. It was hit deep in the hole, an infield single beat out by Coleman, and the A's have tied the ball game. Base is still loaded to bring in Ethan Kang, who flew out his first time up. Kang batting 200 on the season. So it is Hoskins at third, Buckley at second, Coleman at first. The A's with 2 outs. They've scored a run. So they scored 1 in the second and now 1 in the third. The first pitch to Kang in for strike number 1. You'd like to see the A's get more, but to at least be in a tie ball game now makes you feel a little bit better. The 0-1 delivery. It's into the left field gap. 1 run is in. Here comes the second. The throw as the catcher drops it, and that'll put runners on the corners. So Kang at first, Coleman at third. The A's have scored 3. They lead at 4-2. Brings in Paxton Huff. Huff beat out an infield single his last time up. Paxton Huff batting 176 on the season. He'll foul off the first pitch he sees, down in the count 0-1. Hear what may sound like thunder. It's actually the little kids running to go get foul balls. They get $1 when they return foul balls to the concession stand. The pitch misses low. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Fisher now up to 73 pitches. Nobody in the bullpen for either team at this point. We're in the bottom of the third, and the A's lead at 4-2. 4 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors for the A's, 2 runs on 4 hits, and 1 error for the Rough Riders. A pitch is fouled off. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kang goes, and that'll put the runner on second. Pitch is grounded to the third baseman. The throw to first, not in time, and that scores a run. So the A's lead it 5-2. And here comes Edward Gregory Jr. The A's have turned the lineup over. They're starting their 3rd trip through the batting order. Gregory Jr. 0 for 1, hit into a line drive his last time up. Sends one out into left field. It bounces on the grass slip. That'll score a run. Runners at first and second for the Dodge City A's. And the A's are doing damage with 2 outs. So the Rough Riders are going to take a timeout. They're going to have a mound visit here. And let's go ahead and thank some of our sponsors. Our Grand Slam sponsors, the City of Dodge City and Ford County, the Community Foundation of Southwest Kansas, Lewis Automotive Group, and Curbs Law Office, LLC. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. So this mountain visit is over. Sam Fisher now at 77 pitches. Nobody in the bullpen for either team. We'll go back to work with Edwin Silverio. Silverio's 0 for 1, walked on his last time up. Pitch high and inside. It's ball 1. The snap throw to third, not in time, and the double steal, and the A's racking up the stolen bases. One 0 count to Silverio. So let's take a look back. Edward Gregory Jr. with 9 runs on 6 hits for the season. Silverio, 2 runs on 3 hits, and it is a 2-0 count now. Runners on second and third with 2 outs. 5 runs in the inning as the A's lead it 6-2. The pitch misses low. And it's 3 balls, no strikes. The pitch, called strike over the outer edge. Might have been a favor to the pitcher, Fisher, but either way, it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Again tonight, there are kids out at the statue past the center field wall. That one's delivered low and outside, and that'll load the bases again for the Dodge City A's. The A's have batted around in the inning as it was Silverio that led off the inning. He led it off with a walk. So the scoring has been Silverio, Hoskins, Buckley, Coleman, and Kang. Zach Hoskins at the plate takes the first pitch for ball number 1. Hoskins, 1 run and 1 hit on the season so far for the A's. Huff at third, Edward Gregory Jr. at second, Silverio at first. This is the second time in the inning the A's have loaded the bases. The pitch misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. There is work down in the bullpen now for the Rough Riders. The 11th batter of the inning for the A's at the plate right now. 2-0 pitch. Fisher fires in. It's swung on and missed by Hoskins. Makes a count 2-1. Noah Rutledge in the bullpen for the Rough Riders. The pitch misses low, and it's 3-1. Hoskins fouls that one. It's back into the net. The count runs full. So since the A's, they loaded up the bases to start the inning, then went strikeout, strikeout. Since then, it has been single, 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 walk. And now a payoff pitch coming to Hoskins. Fisher with the payoff pitch as he comes set, delivers in, runners go. It's fouled off the end of the bat to stay alive, and we'll see the payoff over again. The payoff pitch again from Fisher. Runners go. It's back up the middle, and that will score 2 runs and put runners on the corner. The RBI single from Zach Hoskins, and the A's continue to pour it on. It is 8-2. Runners on the corners. Silverio at first, or third. Hoskins at first. Brings in Ryan Buckley. Buckley is yet to record an official at bat as he has walked on both times he has been at the plate. Buckley with 2 runs and 5 hits on the season for the A's. Takes first pitch for ball number 1. Fisher now at 90 pitches. He's thrown 51, 4 strikes. One-0. It has popped up on the infield. It's high. And it will be taken for an out by Andrew LaPerle, and that will end the inning. The A's score 7, and we are headed to the top of the 4th. It is 8-2. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Jace Gifford goes back out for his 4th inning of work as he'll face Max Slavin. Got on in a fielder's choice his last time up. And a 1-1 count. Well, the Rough Riders have some work to do now after the A's scored 7 in the bottom of the 3rd. And in case you were following along, yes, all 7 of those runs came with 2 outs. Pitch misses, and I stand corrected. There's a strike. The 2-2 delivery from Gifford is chopped foul up the third base line, and we'll do the 2-2 over again. So as we were saying the last time that Jace was up, Jace just completed his junior season at Dodge City High School. Jace also one of 4 members of the Dodge City A's that played in the youth organizations. The very organizations that we were honoring here tonight. As that pitch bobbled by Silverio, and that will be a leadoff error to get the runner aboard. Errors aplenty tonight for the Dodge City A's. They've got 3 in the ball game already. Brings in Aaron Kidd. Kidd singled his last time up. The Rough Riders attempting to complete their 2nd trip through the batting order. Pitch misses low for ball number 1. Pitch is delivered again low for ball number 2. Some high clouds filtering in the west. The sun also beginning the process of setting here in Dodge City as the pitch, a fly ball out towards center field. It'll bounce off the wall, played off the hop, and that'll put runners on 2nd and 3rd. That will bring in Andrew LaPerle. LaPerle 0 for 1. He flew out his last time up. 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 error for the Rough Riders. 8 runs on 8 hits, and 3 errors for the A's in this ball game. Another fly ball headed out into center field, and it will be gone. A 3-run home run by LaPerle, and that brings the Rough Riders within 3 at 8-5. First home run of the ball game, and it is for the opposition, and it's a 3-run shot out into center field. Brings up Cannon Frost, nobody out, so 3 runs have scored here in the top of the 4th. It's an 8-5 ball game. I guarantee you that will not be the end of the offense here tonight. Frost takes a pitch for ball number 1. They turn the lineup over back at the top of the order. A single and a fielder's choice, as it is 2 balls and no strikes to Frost. Pitch inside again, and it's 3-0. Pitch from Gifford. Down the heart of the plate, it's strike number 1. It will be a 5-pitch walk, and the Rough Riders have gotten 4 on base safely here to start the top of the 4th. That's going to prompt a mound visit from Coach McCollum, and the A's will bring the entire infield in. So while they're doing that, let's take an opportunity. Let's go ahead and thank some more of our sponsors. We'll start now with our home run sponsors. Cargill Meat Solutions, Laurendal, I Don't Care Family Restaurant and Sports Bar LLC, Parker Haskins Insurance Incorporated, TCBP LLC Jimmy John's, the Victory Electric Cooperative Association Incorporated, Ann Fergon Financial LLC, Koch Fertilizer, Deriva Energy, Rabine Brothers, United Wireless Communications Incorporated, and Dodge City Kenworth. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. Brett Atkinson now at the plate for the Rough Riders. 1 on, nobody out. 3 runs are in, and that was a first pitch strike to Atkinson. The A's looking to try to get outs before this game gets any closer. Counts 1-1. Pitch from Gifford, catching the outer part of the zone, and that will get Atkinson down in the count 1-2. The first 4 runners have reached safely. Chopped to Silverio at second. The throw to second base is the out, so it'll be a fielder's choice and the first out of the inning. It does get the advancing runner, so the Rough Riders will still have a runner at first. Brings in Dylan Hearn. Hearn is 0 for 2, grounded out. He has grounded out to the left side both times he's been up. Sends one up the left side again. Foul, down in the count, 0-1. Two runs in the first, 3 runs so far in the fourth, the 5 for the Rough Riders. 1 in the second, 7 in the third for the A's. Grounded to Gregory. Throw to second for 1. The throw to first in time. The A's get the double play, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the fourth. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Cade Colbert set to lead off for the A's as we've entered the bottom of the fourth. It is 8-5, and a new pitcher on the mound in Noah Rutledge. He delivers a first pitch inside and low for ball number 1. Colbert is 0 for 2 in the ball game, has struck out both times he's been at the plate. takes that pitch for ball number 2. Colbreth with 3 runs and 3 hits on the season for the Dodge City A's. It's the middle of the order. Colbreth, Roberts, and Coleman set to swing it for the A's. Rutledge working from the middle to third base side of the rubber as Colbreth comes up empty on a swing. Makes the count 3 balls and 1 strike. Pitch, it's a high fly ball headed out into center field. It's over the center fielder's head and it's gone. A solo shot for Cade Colbreth. It's over the center field wall and the A's lead it 9-5. Colbreth touches home plate, and that makes it 9-5 A's and brings in the catcher, Dominic Roberts. Roberts is 0 for 2. A caught foul tip his last time up. Roberts, with 1 run on the season, is yet to have a hit. Shows bunt and pulls back, takes it for ball number 1. The A's with 9 runs on 9 hits in the ball game. Rutledge delivers. It's swung on and missed by Roberts. It'll even the count at 1 apiece. Work down in the bullpen for the Rough Riders as that pitch is swung on and missed by Roberts. Roberts swinging for the fences. Down in the count 1-2. Rutledge delivers. It's high to even the count at 2 apiece. Over his head, and that runs the count full. Marco Palizzi down in the bullpen for the Rough Riders. Payoff pitch misses. It was ball 4, and the A's will have their second runner aboard. Brings up Blake Coleman. Coleman is 2 for 2 in the ball game, has singled both times he's been at the plate, both times into the left field gap. So we'll see if the Rough Riders opt to make a defensive switch here, and the A's are going to send their courtesy runner down to first. It is Kane Carlos going to do the running tonight for the catcher Roberts. So the A's with their courtesy runner aboard. Blake Coleman steps in for his at bat. Coleman coming into tonight, 2 runs on 3 hits on the season. As the pitch is called a strike, has him down in the count 0-1. So the Rough Riders playing their shortstop a little farther into the gap, but not much. Coleman swinging on that one and comes up empty, down in the count 0-2. Nobody out with the runner on at first for the A's. Coleman sends that one. It's a shallow tapper out into right field, and that will get runners on at first and second. So Coleman goes the opposite way on that one, and the A's have 2 aboard. Brings in Ethan Kang. Kang, the third baseman, 1 for 2, singled his last time up. Kang with 3 runs and 3 hits on the season. The A's with nobody out have runners at first and second. They've already scored a run off the solo shot from Cade Colbreth. Pitch was called strike to Kang, down in the count 0-1. He'll come up empty on a swing, and Kang quickly down in the count 0-2. The pitch misses inside. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 delivery coming from Rutledge off the end of the bat, but it'll go foul and out of play over to our left, and that sends kids running again. Count remains 1-2 to Ethan Kang. Pitch bounces, and that will put runners over at second and third. It gets away from the pitcher Rutledge, but no advancing. Runners at second and third, a 2-2 count, and it misses outside. The count runs full. Rutledge tossed 19 pitches already, another long inning for the Rough Riders. A pitch off the end of the bat. It's a high fly ball headed towards the scoreboard. It is gone. Over the left field wall, it's a 3-run shot by Ethan Kang, and the A's lead it 12-5. A high fly ball, and it cleared the scoreboard over the 348 mark in left center. And the A's have a 7-run lead. They've scored 4 already here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That'll bring in Paxton Huff at the bottom of the order for the A's. The center fielder is 2 for 2. A bunt and a single, and takes ball number 1. Pitch misses outside. First pitch was a strike, so it's 1-1 the count to Huff. Huff with 1 run on 3 hits for the season for the A's, and Rutledge will deliver high and outside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 delivery. It's another high ball. Count 3-1. The A's scored 1 in the second, 7 in the third. So far, 4 in the fourth. So the A's have scored in 3 consecutive innings, and the count runs full. Pitch misses high. The payoff was errant, and that'll put a runner on. Still nobody out in the inning, and the 6th batter to come to the plate. The Rough Riders are going to call a mound visit again, and it will likely be a pitching change. We'll tell you about it. It will be a pitching change. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Well, after the pitching change, it is Marco Polizzi on the mound for the Rough Riders, and Edward Gregory Jr. comes up for his fourth time in the ballgame. The A's starting their fourth trip through the batting order, and it is ball one from Polizzi. Edward Gregory Jr. has 2 extra base hits on the season for the A's as he takes ball number 2. A's with 1 on. They've scored 4 runs and have nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. The pitch low. 3 balls and no strikes. Pitch is called strike. Bit of a slow start tonight for the A's. Gave up 2 runs in the top of the 1st, but the bats have come alive as they lead at 12-5. Pitch is high and inside. It hits Gregory in the helmet. That'll put a runner aboard, and now runners at first and second with nobody out. Brings in Edwin Silverio. Silverio's 0 for 1, has walked the last 2 times he's been at the plate. Silverio has an extra base hit on the season as well. So the A's with 2 on and nobody out, looking to do more damage, already leading by 7. Pitch is high and inside for ball number 1. Polizzi working from the first base side of the rubber. He'll take a look back at second. Kicks and fires in. It's high and inside on Silverio. Count 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 pitch coming up. Polizzi fires high outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Rough Riders struggling to find the zone. The 3-0 pitch right down the heart of the plate for strike number 1. Taking all the way was Silverio. Silverio, the 7th batter of the inning for the A's, as he'll take high ball 4. Loads the bases and brings in Zach Hoskins. So the A's have now sent 8 to the plate and still nobody out. So Hoskins steps in. He's 2 for 2, singled the last time he was up. No extra bases hits for him on the season. As the pitch misses inside for ball 1. Lots of fans on the hill off to our left. Still a few out around the statue past the center field wall. And Polizzi delivers high and outside for ball number 2. Ball is delivered low, and Polizzi in danger of walking a run in here. 3 balls and no strikes to count. Polizzi with his right foot on the rubber, kicks and fires. It's high and walks a run in. So the A's now lead at 13-5. Nobody out, and the 9th batter of the inning coming to the plate. So that will prompt a mound visit from the head coach. It is a pitching change. We'll keep it here. Let's go ahead and thank some of our sponsors. Our triple sponsors, Conant Construction LLC, Wild Pines Washes Dodge City LLC, Tommy's Car Wash, First Avenue Dental PA, ITC Great Plains LLC, Hinton Plumbing Service LLC, Medical Heights Dental Center PA, DC Appliance and Furniture, and Dodge City Eye Care. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. So it looks like Andrew LaPearl is taking over pitching duty, so we'll have to take a look at the fielding changes that are being made. We'll tell you about it when we come back. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Ryan Buckley at the plate, the ninth batter of the inning for the Dodge City A's. Andrew LaPerle takes over the mound for the Rough Riders. So Buckley fouls off the first pitch he sees, and that one in for ball one to even the count. Rough Riders just trying to find somebody that can throw strikes. So I'm sure they would like to get out of this inning after having given up 12 runs already in the last two innings. Sounds like a broken bat. Nope. It was fouled off. Evens the count at 2 apiece. Nobody out. Edward Gregory Jr. at third. Silverio at second. Hoskins at first. The A's have scored 5 in the inning, and the pitch misses high, and it's a full count. Payoff pitch coming from LaPerle. He works on the first base side of the rubber. Pitch is fouled off. It'll go out of play to our right. The count remains full. We'll see the payoff again from LaPerle. Buckley sends that one out into right field. It'll be a sacrifice fly as everybody tags up, and that will score a run, a sacrifice fly for Buckley, and it's an RBI.
Next up for the A's, right fielder number 22, Cade Colbert.
So runners on second and third now brings in Cade Colbreth. He's 1 for 3. Hit the home run his last time up. Colbreth takes the first pitch from LaPerle. It's outside for called strike. Colbreth grounds that one to the first baseman. It'll score another run. It's an RBI ground out for Colbreth, and the A's lead it 15-5.
Now batting the catcher, number 4, Dominic Roberts.
So the pitch to Dom Roberts, who is 0 for 2, walked on his last time up. Takes first pitch for a strike. Down the count, 0-1. He'll send one. It's a high fly ball out into right field. Going. Not caught. It is caught by the center fielder Frost right at the wall, and that will end the inning. But the A's score 7. They lead at 15-5. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Welcome back in to Cavalier Field as the A's lead at 15-5. It is Mason Pettingill leading off for the Rough Riders. He'll take the first pitch from Gifford, and it's a fly ball into shallow right center field for out number 1. One away for the Rough Riders, and that'll bring in Hunter Stevens.
That's play for the Rough Riders. Number 23, Hunter Stevens.
Stevens takes the first pitch he sees. It's for ball number 1. Gifford out for his 5th inning of work. We're in the top of the 5th. As that pitch misses, it's ball 2. Hunter Stevens will draw the walk, brings in the catcher, Matt Gahan. Gahan, 0 for 2, flew out his last time up. Sends a fly ball out into center field. Diving and not coming up with it is Huff. So that'll put runners on first and second. Brings up Max Slavin. Slavin's 0 for 2. Got on an error. 5 runs on 7 hits, 1 error for the Rough Riders. 15 runs, 11 hits, and 3 errors for the Dodge City A's. We've worked our way into the top of the 5th. It is a 15-5 ball game. Runners on first and second with 1 away for the Rough Riders. Pitch misses by Gifford. He's at 83. It is a 1-0 count to Slavin. Even sends one that's in the gap. It will roll out into right field, and that loads the bases. Bases loaded for Aaron Kidd, who is 2 for 2. A single and a double, so hopefully the A's can get the hard out here. First pitch coming to Kidd. Delivered in low, blocked by Roberts, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. More kids have gathered at the statue out past the center field wall. Seems to be a fairly popular spot the last several games. Pitch is called strike low in the zone, and it evens the count at 1 apiece. Stevens at third, Gahan at second, Slavin at first for the Rough Riders. It's a high fly ball and headed to the left field wall and gone. A grand slam for the Rough Riders, and they draw within 6. So the Rough Riders score 4. It's the long ball that is propelling the Rough Riders offense here tonight. So at the bottom of the order, it is Andrew LaPerle. LaPerle is 1 for 2. He hit a home run his last time up. First pitch from Gifford to LaPerle in for strike number 1. So 4 runs in the inning and 1 out. Pitches called strike, has LaPerle down in the count 0-2. Make contact, it'll be a fly ball headed out into the right center gap, and it is caught by Huff at the warning track. Brings up Cannon Frost now. Frost is 1 for 2. He walked on his last time up. Ball low with 2 away. Popped up. It's a shallow fly ball, and the wind carrying it a little bit, but it will be pulled down by Huff. That's the final out of the inning, and we are headed to the bottom of the 5th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Blake Coleman leads off, pops one foul and on top of the press box. For strike number one as LaPerle returns to the mound for the Rough Riders. Kang stands in the on-deck circle for the Dodge City A's as the pitch misses high and outside, evens a count at one apiece. Pitch misses and evens a count at two apiece. LaPerle fires in, fouling it off the end of the bat is Coleman. Count remains 2-2. Well, the A's have liked their big crooked numbers tonight. They've scored 7 in back-to-back innings. Pitch low, and it is a full count. Coleman is 3 for 3, but a ground or line drive to the shortstop Atkinson for out number 1. Ethan Kang steps in for the Dodge City A's. He's 2 for 3. A home run his last time up. It was actually a 3-run home run. The pitch misses high for ball 1. The long ball has propelled both offenses tonight. Pitch. A bender catches the upper part of the zone and evens a count at one apiece. 1-1 from LaPerle. Called strike on the upper edge. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kang. There is work down in the bullpen for the Dodge City A's. So LaPerle will miss outside and low to even the count at 2 apiece. Miss high, the count runs full. Rough Riders opting to leave a bigger gap up the middle as they've shifted their middle infielders more towards the bases. Pitch is fouled off and we'll see the payoff over again. Payoff again from LaPerle. And we'll see a foul ball from Ethan Kang. Eighth pitch of the at-bat to Kang. LaPerle delivers. It's high, and it will be the walk. So Kang draws a walk and brings in Paxton Huff. Huff is 2 for 2. A bunt, a single, and drew a walk his last time up. So the A's completing their 4th trip through the batting order with 1 out and 1 on here in the bottom of the 5th. They lead the ball game 15-9. Huff takes a swing and a miss. He's down in the count 0-1. Slavin holding Kang on at first. Huff will foul that one off. Down in the count, 0-2. Pitch will miss high. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 away for the A's. Pitch is high, almost hits the helmet of Huff. And that will even the count at 2 apiece. Huff will come up empty on the swing, and that is out number 2. Back at the top of the order with Edward Gregory Jr., who is hit by pitch his last time up. The A's starting their 5th trip through the batting order. We're in the bottom of the 5th. They lead at 15-9. Pitch called strike. If you're wondering how we got here, the A's scored 1 in the 2nd, 7 in the 3rd, and 7 in the 4th. The Rough Riders, they scored 2 in the top of the 1st, 3 in the 4th, and 4 in the 5th. 1-1 count to Gregory. Pitch delivered inside is called strike. Has him down in the count 1-2. Ooh, inside, a rib tickler almost. Evens a count at 2 apiece. It's deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard. Pitch misses high again. Count runs full. Pitch is grounded. It's up the middle, and they'll throw to first, and it will get the out. And that will end the inning. The A's, well, hold on. Well, okay, so the official call is out, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the top of the 6th. The A's lead 15-9. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Brett Atkinson set to lead off for the Rough Riders as Francis O'Connor takes over the mound for the Dodge City A's. He delivers strike number 1 to Atkinson, who is 1 for 3. Hit into a fielder's choice his last time up. Count even at 1 apiece now. So 1-1 misses low. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. O'Connor with 7 1/3 innings pitched on the season has struck out 3 and allowed 3 hits. Dylan Hearn now at the plate, 0 for 3, is grounded out every time he's been there. He'll take the first pitch for strike number 1. Connor delivers. It's fouled off into the backstop. Has Hearn down in the count, 0-2. The A's looking to get out of this one with a 0 as the Rough Riders have scored 7 runs in the last 2 innings combined. Pitches outside. It'll get away from the catcher Roberts and put Atkinson over at second. The 1-2 delivery coming from O'Connor. He works from the third base side of the rubber. Takes a look back at second. Throws in. It's up the third base line and foul. A jam shot inside to Hearn, and that's all he could do with it. The count remains 1-2. Hearn sends a lazy fly ball fielded by Coleman. It is out number 1. That'll bring in Mason Pettingill. Pettingill, 1 for 3. He flew out. He'll take the first pitch he sees for strike number 1. Pettingill at the plate. Stevens stands in the on-deck circle for the Rough Riders as O'Connor hits the outside edge and has Pettingill down in the count, 0-2. 1 away with a runner on second. The pitch is fouled off, and the count remains 0-2. Connor delivers. It's outside again. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Pettingill. A ground out, a double, and a fly out is his record at the plate so far tonight. The A's will face these Rough Riders 3 more nights. Friday night and Saturday night. Sunday night, the game is moved up 1 hour. It will be a 6 p.m. start. Pitch was fouled off. Count remains 1-2. The 6th pitch of the at-bat coming to Pettingill. O'Connor takes a look back and throws in and misses out inside. Evens a count at 2 apiece. Big swing and a miss there. Pettingill will go down on strikes, and that is 2 away for the Rough Riders to bring in Hunter Stevens. Stevens 0 for 1, walked on his last time up. Set to face Francis O'Connor. O'Connor has 1 win on the season. The first pitch into Stevens for strike number 1. Work continues in the bullpen for the Dodge City A's. Another pitcher down there. The pitch is called strike. Has Stevens down in the count 0-2. 0-2 delivery. Misses outside. Dom able to hold on and keep it there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 away for the Rough Riders. We're in the top of the 6th. The A's leading 15-9. Wind has shifted a little bit. It's actually more right to left across the field now. So that evens the count at 2 apiece. Deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard. The A's looking to get that third out of the inning and hang a 0. It's a pitch high. The count runs full. A payoff pitch coming from O'Connor. Catcher Gahan standing in the on-deck circle for the Rough Riders. Payoff pitch. O'Connor delivers. It's a fly ball. It'll be out into center field. It'll drop. Played on the hop, and that will score a run. It's an RBI single for Stevens. Brings in the catcher Gahan. He is 1 for 3. Singled his last time up. The A's lead at 15-10. 25 combined runs, and we're in the top of the 6th. This game just over 2 hours old. One and one the count to the catcher Gahan. The pitch misses outside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, the first 2 innings, they moved right along. Actually, the first 3, basically. This game has slowed down significantly since. Swung on and missed is the catcher. Evens a count at 2 apiece. We have a 2-2 count again. Runner on first with 2 outs. 1 run in the inning. The Rough Riders have scored in 3 consecutive innings. Pitch is a miss to the outside, and the count runs full. A payoff pitch coming from O'Connor. Takes a look in. Has his sign and come set. He'll take a look over at first. It's Stevens with the lead off. And the pitch misses inside and low. It's ball 4. So the Rough Riders are going to send the courtesy runner. Polizzi going out to do the running for the catcher Gahan. That brings in Max Slavin. Slavin's 1 for 3, singled his last time up. A fielder's choice, an error, and a single, his record at the plate tonight. Pitch is low for ball 1. 10 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for the Rough Riders. 15 runs on 11 hits, 3 errors for the Dodge City A's. The A's have stranded 7. The Rough Riders have stranded 4. The pitch outside. 3 balls. No, 2 balls. 2-0 the count to Slavin. So Connor gets a strike on the outer edge there. It's 2-1. The pitch swung on and fouled off. It'll even the count at 2 apiece. The pitch misses outside and the count runs full. Runners on first and second for the Rough Riders is Stevens at second. Plizzi now at first. The A's trying to get that elusive third out. Pitch swung on. And it is out number 3. Slavin will go down on strikes. That ends the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. LaPerle back on the mound for the Rough Riders. He will face Edwin Silverio leading off for the Dodge City A's. He's 0 for 1. Has walked the last 3 times he's been at the plate. He has a 2-0 count. And it is now a 3-0 count. Silverio with a .458 on-base percentage for the Dodge City A's takes a pitch for a strike. It runs the count full. Actually, no. That is strike 1. That one is strike 2, and now the count is full. A payoff pitch from LaPerle is outside. It is ball 4. The payoff pitch misses to put the leadoff runner aboard and the 4th walk of the ball game for Edwin Silverio. That brings in Zach Hoskins. Hoskins is 0 for 2. He walked on his last time up. Hoskins has 2 walks and 2 singles in the ball game. An on-base percentage of .833 for Mr. Hoskins as he steps in to face LaPerle. Pitch misses high. It's ball number 1. Perley looks over at first. Silverio with the lead. He's at the cutouts. Hoskins will swing and miss, and that evens a count at 1 apiece. The A's trying to do more damage. They led this game at one point, 15-5. The Rough Riders have clawed their way back to make it 15-10 right now. The pitch, 2 balls and 1 strike. The A's would like to do more damage. 2-1 delivery from LaPerle is called strike. It evens a count at 2 apiece. Every batter in the batting order has scored for the Dodge City A's. Only Colbreth and Roberts are the only 2 that have not scored twice. No, scratch that. Hoskins and Buckley.
Now to bat, number 18, Vaughn Polk.
So Devon Polk will be getting an at bat here. He'll take over for Ryan Buckley, who is 0 for 1. He takes the first pitch he sees. It's ball number 1. 1 on and 1 away for the Dodge City A's. Devon getting his first at bats of the season. Takes a swing. Comes up empty. Devon recruited in the pitching capacity, wanting to get some at bats as he has aspirations of being a DH for his school, the North Central Texas College, at some point this season. 1 ball and 2 strikes a count. The pitch misses low. It will even the count at 2 apiece. I was actually talking to Devon earlier. He was up assisting with the live stream, and as he primarily a pitcher, says that he hopes to get reps as a DH this coming fall. He returns to school. That was part of his goal this summer, was to get on a team where he could get some at-bats and get some practice in. Pitch is fouled off. The count is full. Payoff pitch coming from LaPerle. It's inside, and that will walk another batter on. Brings in Cade Colbreth. He's 1 for 4, grounded out his last time up.
Next up, number 22, Cade Colbreth.
Colbreth had a home run early in the ball game. Colbreth with a swing and a miss, and it down in the count 0-1. Colbreth has an on-base percentage of .212 so far in the season. The 0-1 delivery misses high and outside to even the count at 1 apiece. 1 out, 2 on for the A's. Silverio at second, Polk at first for the A's. Colbreth, the 1-1 pitch, a backdoor bender, and it's in for strike number 2. The 1-2 as LaPerle fires in is swung on and missed, and that is the 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Colbreth, and that will bring in the catcher Dom Roberts. Roberts is 0 for 3. He flew out his last time up. He walked on before that. The 6th trip through the batting order for the Dodge City A's is Roberts takes the first pitch he sees for ball number 1. Roberts a 417 on base percentage for the A's. He sends a line drive. It's out into left field, but it will be caught by Kidd. That will end the inning as the A's strand 2. We're headed to the top of the 7th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. It was the hot dog, ketchup, and mustard race, and hot dog coming up victorious for the second night in a row, and we are headed into the top of the 7th. And the A's have a new pitcher on the mound. Nolan Huff taking over the mound for the Dodge City A's. Nolan with an 0-1 record on the season. Last pitched against the Hayes Arcs back on June the 8th. He took the loss to the Liberal BJs on June the 3rd. Huff with 8 innings pitched on the season and currently has a 3.38 ERA. He has struck out 5 and walked 5. Allowed 4 runs on 6 hits. 2 hit batters and 1 wild pitch. So that is the current line for Nolan Huff as he takes over the mound for the Dodge City A's, and we will go to work here in the top of the 7th. The A's lead at 15-10. So with a 5-run lead, Aaron Kidd leads off for the Rough Riders. He is 3 for 3 in the ball game, a triple short of the cycle. First pitch misses high for ball number 1. Jace Gifford got the start. He would be in line for the win. That pitch misses high. It's ball number 2. Gifford went 5 innings. Allowing 9 runs, striking out 0 and walking 2 on 9 hits. The 3-0 pitch is a called strike. 3 balls and 1 strike, the count to Kidd. This game approaching the 2.5-hour mark. We're in the top of the 7th. Pitch is grounded to Gregory at short. The throw to first is in time. Out number 1 for the Rough Riders, and that brings in the pitcher, Andrew LaPerle. LaPerle
Next up for the Rough Riders, number 2.
is 1 for 3 in the ball game. He flew out his last time up, has one of the home runs, a multitude of home runs in this ball game on both sides. Huff looking in to get his sign, has it and comes set. He's working from the first base side of the rubber. He'll fire in for strike number 1, a called strike on the inner part of the plate to get LaPerle down in the count 0-2. Both teams have struggled to find the strike zone at times. LaPerle, the pitcher for the Rough Riders right now, has thrown 61 pitches, 34 in 4 strikes. That pitch from Nolan Huff misses low and outside, evens a count at 1 apiece. So a little bit of cloud cover working into the north and west here at Dodge City. Huff fires in, misses high and inside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Fourth league game of the season here tonight for your Dodge City A's. LaPerle takes a called strike on the outer half. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch coming from Huff. So he'll kick and fire. It's swung on and missed, and a strikeout to lead off the inning. That brings in Cannon Frost. Frost is 1 for 3, flew out his last time up. Rough Riders 2 in the first, 3 in the fourth, 4 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. The A's 1 in the 2nd, 7 in the 3rd, and 7 in the 4th. Grounded to the shortstop Gregory. The throw to first is not in time, and that'll put a runner aboard. An infield single as it was hit deep in the hole. Brings in Brett Atkinson. Atkinson walked on his last time up. 1 for 3 in the ball game. The first pitch to Atkinson outside. It's ball number 1. A high fly ball headed out into center field, and there to pull it down is Huff. That ends the inning. Ladies and gentlemen, it is stretch time in Dodge City, and we are headed to the bottom of the 7th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Blake Coleman set to lead off as we've entered the bottom of the 7th. It is a 15-10 ball game. Andrew LaPerle returns to the mound for the Rough Riders. So Coleman steps in. He's 3 for 4. Hit into a line drive his last time up. All singles so far in the ball game for Coleman. Takes the first pitch he sees, pops it out into center field, and out number 1. The A's led this game 15-5 at one point. With 5 runs, 4 in the 5th and 1 in the 6th for the Rough Riders. The A's trying to hold on here. The pitch down low as Ethan Kang steps in. Walked on his last time up. Kang is 2 for 3 in the ball game. 1-0 pitch from LaPerle. It's a high fly ball over the left field side. It will go foul. It is a long, loud strike 1. Crowd thinning a little bit here at Cavalier Field, but that's to be expected as this game is approaching the 2.5-hour mark. The 1-1 delivery is outside and low. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. 25 combined runs on 22 combined hits in the first 6.5 innings of the ball game. It is a 3-1 count to Ethan Kang. The A's can score 5. They would do a run rule here. Kang sends a fly ball out to left field. It'll bounce on the warning track, bounces off the wall. Kang in easily, a stand-up double. So Kang now just a triple short of the cycle. Brings in Paxton Huff. Huff is 2 for 3. A bunt, a single, a walk, and a strikeout has been his night at the plate for the A's. 1 out and 1 on. Huff takes one, pops it up. It's on the infield, and chasing is the first baseman Slavin, and he'll have it for out number 2. That turns the batting order over as the A's start their 7th trip through the batting order. It is Edward Gregory Jr. who grounded out his last time up. He's 1 for 3 in the ball game. The first pitch is popped. It will go foul. Down in the count, 0-1. LaPerle now at 69 pitches since taking over the mound for the Rough Riders. He took over, I believe it was back in the 4th. Pitch misses. It's ball 1. LaPerle is the 4th pitcher of the ball game. He's pitched 3 2/3 innings so far. The 2-1 pitch coming. LaPerle pitches with a little bit of tempo. He's off the mound and will have the ball, and gets on, comes set, has his pitch. Delivers a 3-1. It's a fly ball. It's popped up. It'll be out into right field, called for by Stevens. He'll have it, and that will do it. We're headed to the top of the 8th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball.
We're going to do our 50-50 raffle.
Nolan Huff back on the mound for the Dodge City A's. He's set to face Dylan Hearn. Hearn is 0 for 4. He flew out his last time up. We've entered the top of the 8th. It is a 15-10 ball game. The Rough Riders were held scoreless in the 7th. Dylan Hearn leading off, flew out his last time up. Takes first pitch inside. It's called strike, has him down in the count 0-1. Pettingill stands in the on-deck circle for the Rough Riders. The pitch outside evens a count at 1 apiece. The A's have been held scoreless since the bottom of the 4th. It's a pitch driven out into center field. It is out number 1. That brings in Mason Pettingill. He's 1 for 4, struck out swinging his last time up. The A's would like to hang a 0 here. The pitch to Pettingill in for strike number 1. So the A's are playing their 4th game in the league series. They are 1-2 in league play after losing 2 games but winning 1 against the Hayes Larks. 1-1 pitch, misses outside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. So the A's, they started their season back on May the 31st with a win in Great Bend, 8-3. Then they beat the Batcats here the next day on the home opener and also the debut of the Boot Hill Lawmen. They won that game 15-12. It is a 3-1 count. And the pitch is swung on and missed. It runs the count full. So the A's would open the season 2-0. Then they would drop a non-league contest 3-2 to the BJs. That game in Liberal. Pitch grounded to the first baseman Coleman. He'll take it unassisted for strike for the second out of the ball game. Of the inning. My bad. So 2 away for Hunter Stevens, who is 1 for 2, who singled his last time up. So the A's, after the loss to Liberal, would host the Hayes Larks for the first time. They would drop that game 9-2. They would turn around a couple of days later and drop a run rule to the Larks 13-3 in Hayes. And then they would beat the Larks here at home on June the 8th, 10-3. They would fall to the Kansas Cannons 12-8, and then fell to the Larks last night, a 10-inning affair, 5-4. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Hunter Stevens. The pitch misses high, and it's 3-0. 2 away for the Rough Riders, and the A's would like to get out of this, seeing the Rough Riders go 1-2-3. Huff will have to come all the way back. He's down in the count 3-0. The pitch called strike on the outer half, and that makes it 3 balls and 1 strike. So Huff, with a little bit of work to do, has his sign and come set. Kicks and fires like he does. It's a swing and a miss. And that runs the count full. A big payoff pitch here as the A's are trying to get out of it with no damage done, and another 0 on the scoreboard. Huff has what he wants and comes set. The payoff pitch. Ooh, it's inside. So that'll put a runner aboard and brings in the catcher, Matt Gahan. Gahan is 1 for 3, walked on his last time up. The Rough Riders are currently working their 5th trip through the batting order. So 2 out, 1 on for the Rough Riders. First pitch misses outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Runner goes. Pitch is high, and snagging it out of the air is Silverio. So a stolen base, a 1-1 count to Gahan. One delivery coming up here. No work in either bullpen right now. The pitch catches the upper part of the zone. Gets Gahan down in the count, 1-2. Huff yanks that one. It's into the opposite batter's box. It's ball 2 and moves the runner Stevens over to third on the wild pitch. Deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard. 2-2 delivery coming up. It's fired in. It's foul tipped, and we'll do the 2-2 over again. Gahan takes a step out of the box. He'll take ball 3. The count runs full again. A payoff pitch coming from Huff. Nolan Huff, the Spearville product, played on the JV side for McPherson College. He'll get a swing and a miss and down on strikes. That ends the inning, and we are headed to the bottom of the 8th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. 2-0 the count to Edwin Silverio leading off for the Dodge City A's. It's the top of the order due up here in the bottom of the 8th. Silverio has walked on the last 4 times he's been at the plate. The A's in their 6th trip through the batting order. Silverio's 0 for 1 officially. That pitch is fouled off and hits right above us in the press box, and that will even the count at 2 apiece. The pitch is inside, and the count runs full. So a payoff pitch coming from LaPerle is Silverio will foul it off and will do it over again. Well, pitch misses, puts a runner aboard, and that brings in as our music department's getting a bit of a humor tonight. The first appearance of Baby Shark. Brings in Zach Hoskins. Hoskins is 2 for 3. Struck out looking his last time up. Takes the first pitch. He sees it's ball number 1 high. The A's with nobody out and a runner on. The 1-0 delivery. Hoskins is line drive out into right center field, and that puts runners on first and second. The A's have something going here. The A's have been held scoreless since the 4th. They scored 1 in the 2nd, 7 in the 3rd, and 7 in the 4th, and have been held scoreless since. It brings in Devon Polk. Polk getting his 2nd at-bat of the ball game. Walked on his last time up. Silverio at 2nd, Hoskins at 1st. The first pitch, Polk swings and misses. That is in for strike number 1. 0-1 delivery. Polk sends up the first base side, bobbled by the first baseman, and called safe. It was bobbled in foul territory. I want to give it an error, but I think it's a hit. Yep, it's going to be, it's a hit. It's a tough play. So that will be bases loaded for the A's. So that brings in Cade Colbreth. Colbreth is 1 for 5. He struck out swinging his last time up. Takes a pitch low for ball number 1. Pitch high. Makes it 2 balls and no strikes. Well, it was a grand slam back in the 5th for the Rough Riders. Maybe the A's can repay the favor here. The pitch misses outside. It's 3 balls and no strikes. Bases loaded for the Dodge City A's with nobody out. Colbreth sends a high fly ball. It's headed down the right field line. It is gone over the right field wall. The grand slam. Maybe it's the broadcaster's curse, but a grand slam nonetheless over the 3:30 mark for Cade Colbreth. The A's lead it 19-10. Oh, that's going to prompt a mound visit from the coaching staff for the Rough Riders. They're going to make a pitching change. We'll tell you about it and the changes that they are making in the defense as well. I'm guessing it looks like Pettengill will take over the mound. I could be wrong on that one. No, it's not Pettengill. We'll tell you about it when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Dom Roberts is down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The new pitcher on the mound for the Rough Riders, Brett Atkinson. Mason Pettengill moves to short, and Andrew LaPearl goes to second. Chopped foul up the third base line, and the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Roberts is 0 for 4 in the ball game. He flew out his last time up. The A's 1 run away from a run rule here tonight as a pitch bounces ahead of the plate. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 delivery outside. The count runs full to Roberts. Called strike 3 on the payoff pitch, and that will send Roberts back to the dugout looking. It is the first out of the inning for the Dodge City A's. It brings in the hot bat of Blake Coleman. He's 3 for 5, has singled 3 times, flew out the last time he was up. Atkinson working from the first base side of the rubber, delivers a strike. Down the count, 0-1 is Coleman. The 0-1 delivery chopped to the shortstop Pettengill. The throw to first in time for out number 2. Ethan Kang steps up to the plate now. Kang 3 for 4. He is a triple short of the cycle. Kang doubled his last time up, walked before that. So Kang has been on base in every at-bat but his first back in the second inning. Pitch was called strike, down the count 0-1. Pitch is fouled back, and it will be out of play. Down the count 0-2 is Ethan Kang. 0-2 delivery. Fired in, it's low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 away for the Dodge City A's. They have scored for the first time since the bottom of the 4th inning. The A's with 19 runs on 15 hits, 3 errors, a stranded 10 in the ball game. The 1-2 delivery misses outside, evens a count at 2 apiece. The Rough Riders, they last scored in the 6th, 10 runs on 11 hits, 1 error. They've stranded 8. The 2-2 delivery is low, and the count runs full. Payoff pitch coming from Atkinson. After he took a walk around the mound, the payoff pitch misses high. So Kang will draw the walk, and that brings in Paxton Huff as the A's are completing their 6th trip through the batting order. 2 away for the A's. Huff 2 for 4, flew out his last time up. A bunt and a single, the 2 hits. He's also got a walk and a strikeout. First pitch that Huff will see, Kang gets a lead off at first. It's a called strike, down in the count 0-1. Rough Riders widen out their middle infielders, playing with a big gap right through the middle, and it is a 1-1 count now to Paxton Huff. No work in either bullpen. The pitch misses inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. This game approaching the 3-hour mark. And it has been a game on Youth A's night. The pitch fouled out of play. And the count even at 2 apiece. It's deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard. Huff sends one. It's deep in the hole, fielded by the shortstop. The throw to first, not in time. An infield single for Huff, and we turn the lineup over to Edward Gregory Jr. So Edward steps up. He's 1 for 4 in the ball game. Flew out his last time up. He's been hit by pitch twice in the game. The A's, they're starting their 7th trip through the batting order right now. The first pitch, outside edge, called strike. A little high in my opinion, but that's one person's opinion, right? Pitch is in for ball to even the count at 1 apiece. Edwards sends that one foul. It's past the light poles, out of play. He's down in the count 1-2. 2 on, 4 runs have scored, 2 away for the A's. It was the grand slam by Cade Colbreth that drew the A's within 1 of the run rule. The pitch is popped up. It's into foul territory, but drops foul as it was overplayed by the first baseman Slavin, and the count will remain 1-2. Edward getting a new lease on life and will go back to work. Oh, past the diving glove. Here comes the go-ahead run, and it will score. And that will be a double for Edward Gregory Jr., and that will be the ball game. The A's win it 20-10. We'll take a step aside. We'll have your post-game wrap-up after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field as the A's win it tonight in run rule fashion, 20-10 against the Colorado Rough Riders. They take it in 8 innings. Jace Gifford gets the win on the mound for the Dodge City A's. Sam Fisher takes the loss for the Rough Riders. Your final game numbers, the Rough Riders with 10 runs on 11 hits, 1 error. They strand 8. And your A's 20 runs on 17 hits, 3 errors. They strand 12. The A's would get the scoring started after the Rough Riders would take a early 2-0 lead. They would score 2 in the top of the first. The A's would come roaring back, though. They would get a run in the bottom of the second as Blake Coleman would get a 1-out single, and he would come around and score. It was an unearned run for Coleman. He would be driven in on an error. And then in the third, the A's would have Edwin Silverio lead off. Silverio would lead off. He would draw the walk. A single by Zach Hoskins, and then a walk by Ryan Buckley, and that would load the bases. 7 of the 9 batters in the order would score in the third inning. As the A's would bat around, they would send 11 to the plate. Actually, they would send 12. Then in the bottom of the fourth, the A's, they would lead off. It was a Cade Colbreth home run over the center field wall. He would hit the solo shot. Dom Roberts would follow up with a walk, a Blake Coleman single, and an Ethan Kang 3 RBI home run, as that would give the A's the lead, and they would never, ever look back. They actually had the lead after the 7-run third inning. Paxton Huff would get a walk after that, then a hit by pitch, and an Edwin Silverio walk would load the bases. Zach Hoskins would get an RBI after the pitcher would walk 1 in, as the A's would score 7 in the bottom of the fourth. The A's would be held scoreless until the 8th. The Rough Riders would make it an interesting game. They trailed 15-5 at one point, would come back. It was 15-10 going into the bottom of the 8th. The A's would lead off as they would send all 9 batters to the plate in the 8th inning. So they led off with Edwin Silverio. He would draw the walk. Zach Hoskins would hit a single, and Devon Polk would single to get the bases loaded for the Dodge City A's. Cade Colbreth, the man of the night, he would step up and hit a monster grand slam over the right field wall that would put the A's within 1 of the run rule. The A's would get 2 more outs then to be 1 out away from having to go to the top of the 9th, but an Ethan King walk followed by a Paxton Huff single and an double by Edward Gregory Jr. It was a double from Edward Gregory Jr. up the right field line that would score Kang to give the A's the walk-off run rule in the bottom of the 8th. The A's win it 20-10. They're back in action tomorrow night against these Colorado Rough Riders, 7 p.m. first pitch right here at Cavalier Field. I am Justin Hergert, was alongside with multiple people assisting with the live stream. Carson Rep and Devon Polk assisting up here as well. For the entire A's board and organization, we say thank you for following along. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball.